to my barbecue channel. I want to share with you some of the super recipes and some of the techniques that I've learned over a 30-year career, which has spanned 5 continents. I've cooked whole cows, goats under the ground, I cook with bamboo, I cook with any kind of leaves, I hang it from a tree, anything. Follow me on this culinary journey. I'd like to show you some of my tips and some tips that I've learned on the way.
Demoni il bo, spatorrogna e rompacabè, da l'ossa crescina flu.
Hi guys, lighting my fire before the sun goes down. This is where I'm going to hang my belly pork. Right, off to do my belly pork. Yeah. Time to make my belly pork. Now what I'm going to do is to salt it all over. We just rub it in the skin just like this. Evenly coat it all over with the fine salt which I blended before. And what we do is leave that for 4 hours, and then we take off the salt, and I'm going to pop it into that pan of boiling water, and I'm going to simmer that for about 2 hours, 3 hours possibly. Okay, time to take off the salt. What we do is just rub off the skin like that. It's been soaking, hello Charlie, it's been soaking in the salt, which takes out all the moisture, and then we pop it into the pan of water just like that. Introduce the ingredients for the stock. There's star anise, cardamom pods, coriander seeds, cinnamon, ground cinnamon in there. Also, whole garlic that we're going to cut in half. Okay, chopping the garlic just like that. We're keeping the skin on. So we chop the garlic like that. Now we pop it into the pot, popping the garlic in just like that. Adding the herbs. I'm going to let that simmer, as I said, for about 3 hours with a lid. Wow, let me have a look. Okay, smells delicious. Ooh, can't wait for that. Posh camping, how about that? Okay, this needs a little bit longer, and then going to take that out, and we're going to hang it on the barbecue over there and leave it. You having a good time? See, my daughter loves camping, Tess. See that? Yeah. We might get you camping yet. Wait for it. We're British, you know. We don't go camping. Okay. So, right. Soup, reduce, stock. Wait for that one. Mmm, lovely. Okay, pop that back on there like that. Right now, while I'm doing that, that's bleeding hot. Well, of course it is. Right, leave that on there like that. Now I'm going to make my potatoes. I'm going to start the potatoes earlier because they take a little bit longer, so I'm going to put them in a little bit of tin foil and follow my lead. So slicing the potatoes about half of your fingernail thick, just like that. And we're camping, you know. Of course, it's not a fine dining restaurant. If you don't get it right, it's okay. So here we go, adding the potatoes just like that, keeping them even. It's a thin barbecue. I'm going to keep it thin, just like this. And yes, we are hungry. Just so. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Seasoning and everything is going to become later. I'll put a bit of pepper on like that. What we're going to do is basically put them on the barbecue just to get the little barbecue flavor. A little bit of olive oil there. And fold it over. Out the way, roll them in, make sure you have at least, push them back, if you don't have enough, like that. Make sure all the edges are sealed. This keeps the flavour in, and it also stops the heat from getting out. There you go. Popping it on the barbecue, just like that. And we leave it there for about 30-40 minutes. Okay, while all that's cooking on the go, I can get ready for my breakfast tomorrow. What a posh breakfast it is. Now time to take up. Wow, look at that. Hi guys, start to now. Finally we got the potatoes on the go to cook the portobello mushrooms. So I'm going to put them on the barbecue and let them grill slightly, just on both sides, a little bit of seasoning. Then going to add the salmon. Also when the salmon's cooked, now we're going to make the salad. The portobello mushrooms, I'm going to season with a little bit of salt. Pour over just a little bit of soy sauce. Just let them cook nicely on both sides. In the meantime, while my portobello mushrooms are cooking on the barbecue, it's time to slice my ingredients. We start off with the shallots. Chopping the garlic now. And we just add all this together later with the salad. This is going to be absolutely delicious. I can't wait to try this. As you can hear in the background, the frogs sound very happy. They're all chirping in tune. Adding the lemongrass now. I'm going to pound this a little bit in the pestle and mortar. Just like that. And this salad is going to be absolutely amazing. So you've got the ginger there. And then I'm going to give it a little pound in the pestle and mortar just to bring out the oils. Ingredients just into the pestle and mortar, just like that. All of them. Giving it a little bit of pound just to get those oils into the soup. Pound it. I'm happy, the frogs are happy, and I think this salad's going to be delicious. Portobello mushroom looks just right. Turning over. Actually, we'll just put it on the side now while we grill the salmon. So now it's time to take this off and mind the fingers. Already burnt them once today. Take this off on the side and time to season the salmon. And I have a friend. No. I have a dog on the side there. It keeps coming and looking at my belly button. This happened to me one time in the Caribbean. We were out there with friends and we'd spent 5 hours roasting this big gammon ham. It's slow roasting, all Caribbean spices. And I had him sit on the side and he was just ready to eat. There was 10, 20 of us. I can't even remember anymore. Remember the dog. Put it on the side. Pulled over to take a picture of my daughter, turned around, the dog was running down the beach. Didn't even know it was a dog, he was hanging there in the bush. Ran down the beach with a full gammon ham in his mouth. So what do? Sat there and drank Jamaican rum. Not a bad afternoon, but we were bloody hungry. Okay, time for the salmon. Add the salmon. I'm going to cook him. Lightly barbecued like that. A little bit of seasoning there, just so. To pour on a little bit of soya sauce, and then we're going to let it grow slowly on each side. And now the salmon looks really good. Take a look at this. This is perfectly charcoaled, just right and ready for my salad. So now the great thing is, add the salmon just like that, and we're going to throw it in. And this, because we're camping, portobello mushrooms that I've already chopped, and the palm sugar, soya sauce, Chinese celery, and as always, I don't mix my salads right up until the last minute. I'm going to pound this with my hands, just so, let it loosely. This is a camping salad, very simple, just so. I say people are still up biking out there somewhere, so we're not totally alone, and that's it, just so. And now let me show you how this looks on a plate. Wow, can't wait to taste this. Now plating up my sumptuous salmon salad for dinner while we camp for the whole family. Then we're going to add the potatoes. I can't wait for you to try this. That's it, lovely. We're camping, so it's nothing posh, very simple, but we love it. Okay, now it's time to try my potatoes. Let's have a look. Open them up, just like this. Ouch, don't forget, that's hot. There you go. Wonderful, beautiful, sumptuous potatoes ready for the salad. And now it's time for dinner. We've been waiting all afternoon for this. It's been a long drive here, but it's very simple. Potatoes cooked on a barbecue with salmon and salad. Simple as that. Well,
I
know you're hungry. So guys,
very hungry.
Here we are, end of the night.
Small.
Hungry and actually we're starving. Okay. Are you sharing for two?
Yes.
Okay. That means I have to keep more salmon. Oops. Okay, let's go. More salmon down the road in the posies. We are camping, is nothing posh. We slide it off like that, and ready for later. More potatoes. Morning, Josephine.
Good morning.
How are you?
Not good.
Why not?
My body, this is my last camping trip. No more.
No more. What are we doing
No.
next? What a bright, beautiful, sunny day.
Maybe we might camp in a caravan or a motorhome, but not a tent.
A motorhome.
Not a tent.
I can see Josie doesn't like camping. I need to get a bigger tent. I'm sure if I get a bigger tent, she's gonna love it. I'm starting off my camping trip with the naan bread because this one takes the most time. It's the easiest one of all the things I'm preparing this weekend, but it does take the longest time. So I'm starting off, and I'd like to introduce my ingredients, starting with butter, bread flour. Over here in the basket I've got my eggs, yeast, bread improver, and now it's time to add the flour, followed by the sea salt, the bread improver, and the butter. And now lift all the ingredients together, pressing them through your fingers very softly, gliding them through your fingertips to make sure that you have nice fine breadcrumbs. Notice that I lift them very softly, rubbing them between my fingertips just like that, rubbing them softly in the palms of my hand to make sure that I get even fine breadcrumbs. Now it's time to add the yeast. And you can see the yeast is ready because it's already fermented. That's been sitting there for 15 minutes in lukewarm room temperature water. Pressing the flour with the yeast and the water together to form a dough. Now it's time to add the ice cold water. And we knead that together, pressing it, working the dough. If you're using a mixer at home, you would knead this for 5 minutes on a medium speed. Doing it by hand, you need to press and knead and fold it over for 15 minutes. Pressing with my knuckles, lifting it, turning it from left to right, from front to back. As you see, turning it over again and again. Rubbing the bits off my fingers. A little bit more water. Notice I push my knuckles in that really hard. See, I turn it over from the front to the back and then I turn it in from the sides. This gives it a nice even knead. You see the dough is starting to form and shape now. And that is almost ready for its proof. You see how elasticated that is now? Setting that on the side now for 45 minutes to proof. So keeping the flies away, going to start now with the lamb sausage wrapped in a banana leaf. Okay, so start with the lamb first. And now to mix the lamb, adding the ingredients one by one. Start with the chopped shallots, chopped garlic, ginger, porcini mushrooms, and the juice. Important to add the juice as well, really adds the flavour. Sun-dried tomatoes with the oil, spring onion batternettes, seasoning with a little bit of sea salt, and the minced garlic and ginger paste. Now it's important to press all this together and mix it completely, fully in one smooth paste, thoroughly mixing in all the ingredients so you have a uniform flavour. Look at the texture on that. This is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to try this. Folding it over, kneading it in. This process takes about 2 minutes. You just really want to get a little bit of energy in there. Make sure everything is thoroughly mixed through, the salt's thoroughly mixed through, the oils, the garlic, the ginger. And that is ready for rolling. Now it's time to add the lamb onto the banana leaf, rolling it into the same shape as a sausage with your hands, just like that. Make sure it's all tight and firmly pressed together. Nice and smooth. tucking from the edges, roll it in into a sausage shape just like that, folding it over on each side. Perfect, that's ready for the barbecue. Popping the lamb on just like that. We are barbecuing, why not have some barbecued eggs? Pop the eggs there just on the side so it's not too hot. If it's too hot it'll explode. So we just turn them over, leave them for about 15 minutes. This will generate a lightly woody flavour in the eggs. So now it's time to do the second proof on the naan bread. The lamb sausage is ready, the crackling is ready, the eggs on the barbecue. Just have to finish off now with some stir-fried mushrooms, and then we'll go the naan bread. And now time for the sautéed mushrooms. Right, cutting the mushrooms in half, just like that. So now time to add the rest of the ingredients. Some oil from the sun-dried tomatoes, add the shallots and the garlic, and now it's time to add the mushrooms, porcini mushrooms, porcini mushroom stock, spring onions, season with a little bit of salt, pop the lid on there for a few minutes, and now time to serve the mushrooms. Adding the mushrooms just like that. Wow, look at that, Tess. I bet you wish you were having breakfast with me this morning. Yum. Okay, dusting my flour board. It's time to do my naan bread. And if you don't have a rolling pin, you can always use the pestle from your pestle and mortar, just like that. How's that? Placing the naan bread just on the barbecue, like that. The eggs are exploding. Okay. Give them plenty of time to cool down. Turning over the naan bread when the fire is so hot is important that you do it regularly, otherwise the naan bread will burn, but you need a really hot grill for that. This breakfast is going to be absolutely delicious. I can't wait to have this with my lamb. There's a beautiful naan bread, a lamb sausage, just so. Barbecued eggs. There's a crispy pork with crackling. You can tell when it sounds like that, it's absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to try it. Breakfast wouldn't be breakfast without fruit. Here we have subang pineapple. This is absolutely sweet and delicious. And my delicious porcini and shitake mushrooms. Okay, now that is, can't wait to try this.
I want.
I make a sandwich for you.
I want.
Your lamb sausage
I don't
What a
want that,
breakfast.
Mom. I don't want.
That was very underdone, underdone. And my barbecued eggs, just so. That's for Josie, she likes them well done. I like them very runny. Okay, after all that smoke and cooking and barbecue, time for a bath with my volcanic soap. Ciao. Ah, that's cold. So we're heading off to Trunyan. Trunyan is in the center of Bali, central northern Bali, in an area called Kintamani. This is famous for its huge active volcano. Last eruption was in 1998, which devastated the whole area. It's still black everywhere, as you can see. I'll show you as we go along. So we're heading off to this village called Trunyan. Trunyan is famous for placing its dead under a tree, and it has a certain perfume, so you don't smell the decaying body. And they're inside these little bamboo casks. Don't tell me this is a village here. Huh? Imagine. Okay, stop the car here. 100 feet. I hope it's not the village, huh? $40 for a 100 yard canoe ride. So this is a huge tree which gives off this scent where you can't smell the decomposing bodies. Wow. I wonder how old this thing is. Amazing. This must be thousands of years old. That's just incredible. So here are the gravestones. The bodies laid to rest inside these here. Wow. They have a photo of the person who was passed away there. All these little things are offerings. They have money, cigarettes, food. Wow. Incredible. That's where we end up at. Some are buried. Some are left under this magnificent tree. That was freaky. My gosh. I remember coming back here 1998. I came all the way on a trail bike. There was no road, but there's mostly a smooth road now, but you can only get halfway, then you still have to come by canoe. Obviously there's a lot more bodies since I was there last, and all those skulls, how freaky was that? Why was I whispering? So I feel like when you're in a church or in a graveyard, you always feel like you got to be respectful and speak a lot quieter, you know? Ooh.
Well, the grandpa's got him a new best friend. The best friend shares a bed with him. And he sees his best friend